SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. Hissing with a hissing with a SammySnake says in words, he's hissing all the time. SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. Hissing with a hissing with a SammySnake says in words, he's hissing all the time.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? I don't even know what day it is today. I think it's Tuesday. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. Everyone's got that post-drop anxiety of missing out on Hoddle Gods. That was gone in literally like half of a second. I didn't manage to get any. I doubt anyone did, even with Anchor. Wasn't powerful enough to get any of those drops. So Atomic Hub is just getting crazy right now. You can tell how popular things are. Yeah, it's nice to see some free Antos in the chat. On the ban thing, they said that it got passed on to the support team passed it on to the developers yesterday, and there's no news, so I don't know what they're doing with it. Like, who knows? So I'm just gonna keep chasing them every day until we get an answer, because it's just a bit silly that you could have someone that could send 2 trillion to another account and be banned for a week. I mean, I get that there's problems with the algorithm, but I don't understand how people have not been unflagged yet. So, yep, it's a bit of a strange one, but it is what it is. So we'll just have to wait and be patient and see. Right, let's do. Okay, so I've tried my best to compile it into. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of new stuff. There's probably some new people here that probably have not been watching any of the streams before, or like maybe understand the land ownership scheme quite yet. So I'm gonna try and just take everyone through it and how it's going to be working from now on, and answer some questions. And yeah, people can tell me if there's stuff I've not explained very well. I don't really know how good this is going to be, but I've tried to just put down what the absolute basics are and kind of put out what the plan is at the moment. Things are obviously happening very quickly. It's amazing that we've managed to buy a land together in literally less than a week, so that was pretty incredible. So yeah, so the idea basically of this guild is to give everyone a chance to be a landowner. The prices have gone up, they've skyrocketed. There's some people that are sat there with 70 lands on their account. There's a lot of people running for government with 14 lands. It's just a bit ridiculous. I mean, I'm very lucky in a situation to be at a point where I've owned 3 lands, and that was basically based off of a bit of a punt. So I just got very lucky, and for new people, I want people to have that same experience of owning something and working on the community side of it. So that was the idea for this land ownership scheme, and we want to give everyone a chance to own, even if it's just a small piece, and we want to make it fun to do so. So that's the whole idea. I know all of this seems a bit silly, like snaky tokens and hiss and what's all this nonsense, but that is just it's to make it a bit more accessible and fun, and we get to learn about how this sort of investing sort of goes as well. So I'm really liking how it's going at the moment. I think we've got a good balance of people. So the way it starts off is that you've noticed that all the lands have a 20% commission, which is probably higher than a lot of other lands. And the reason for this is that we take 10% of that commission, so exactly half, and we invest it on your behalf into what's called the land fund, and that is a fund that's used to purchase new lands. And the way that we show how much commission you've donated into this fund is we use snaky tokens. So we take half of that commission and we give you a snaky token for once you hit 1 trillion in that commission based on what you've earned. We allocate you a snaky and we send it out to you, and that says that you have committed a certain amount of time mining and that you've earned that, or you have directly invested with us into the land fund. So yeah, so this is sort of how it goes, is that half of your commission gets you the snaky tokens, half of your commission goes towards tools, so getting people the shovels and the drills, and in future we want to give people other tools. And on the drills, I know a lot of people have been asking me about the drills, and we do have a lot more to give out, and I think I've found a way to start giving them out again without being instantly falsely banned again by the powers that be. So I'm gonna try doing the new way, and I'm gonna try and get some drill scholarships out, because there's people been working very hard, there's people been active in the community, and we want them to get the drills to get that sense of progression. That's always what it's been about. Is the tools are very expensive, especially in countries where, you know, a couple of dollars is a serious amount of money to be spending on a virtual game item. I don't want people wasting their money on that. I would rather give them the tools and let them play the game and, you know, earn that money. So, like I said, half of the commission goes to Snaky, half the commission goes to the tools and the governance. We want to be in government because I honestly, I have no time for having someone with 14 lands, like someone with hundreds of thousands of dollars dictating what's going on. You get enough of that in real life. I'm not, I'm not going to really stand for it here, and we're going to find a way to get our voice be heard, so that we don't have to deal with this nonsense, because we're already having to deal with so much nonsense from like people literally being banned for nothing. You wait till the government gets in charge and starts doing all sorts of stuff with the planet funds. Like, I'm not having it. So, you know, we need to start raising money to make sure we get some people in government. There's already some really good people with good ideas. So we want to be, whether that be, you know, I think I would be me running initially, and then after a time I would rotate out to members in the community. I think where there would be a lot of rotation and give everyone a chance also to experience that feel of being on the planet governments. So anyway, I'm digressing. So these snaky tokens you receive, they're redeemable for land ownership shares. You get a payout once you accrue one snaky token. So after what you've done on the land, so these are the 3 lands that you can earn snakies on: mountains on Neri, Rocky Desert Neron, and Icy Desert Cavian. These 3 original lands are what pays you the snaky. The reason why they pay you the snaky is because I own these lands. I put the full percentage back of the commission back into the community. 10% goes into land fund, and 10% goes into tools and governance. So I don't take any money on that. The only money I make from this game is the detail payment, so the weekly payment that you receive from the landowners. And to be honest, I've been putting that back in as well, because I really enjoy what we're doing here. So we took all those snakies, and people can send their trillium as well, so they can send in as much trillium as they want into our contract. So they can send it to SammySnake 5L, and 1 trillium is equal to 1 snaky. They get the snaky tokens back, and we raised all that funds, and we bought this beautiful rocky coastline on the Ron. And based on how many snakies you've got, you could exchange them for ownership tokens in this land. That will be what determines how much you get paid out. So I'm just going to talk about, so this new land sits on Snaky Lands 1, and because of the commission here goes to the people that invested their money, and, you know, as from a guild perspective, we only own 10% of this land, so I can't give you the snakies at the same rate for mining on these lands. But what I can do is give you Hiss. And Hiss is designed to be a more fun token for the community, that you will be able to exchange them for snakies at a rate that has not been decided yet. But you will be able to exchange them for snakies, but there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, like raffles, competitions, games, and things that you can use these HISS tokens for. So it's going to be really fun. And the fact is you can't just go and deposit loads of Trillium onto the contract to get HISS tokens. The way you get HISS tokens is by mining, and that's an incentive for people to mine on this community land, which, by the way, is popping off. I don't know if anyone has seen how many people are mining on this land today. It's absurd. This land is making as much in commission as all these 3 lands put together almost. I don't know. You guys are crazy. This land has been popping off. I'll show you the stats, but it's been doing very, very well. Good for anyone that if you haven't already exchanged your snakies for the land tokens, you need to do it because this land is doing very well. Yep. So the idea is that the commission on this land will be set to 20%, just like the other ones. And if the landowners are not happy with that and they want to scale it down, then we can do a vote and we can do it. The reason why it's 20% commission is because when I initially did this outline and proposal document, is that I did all of the returns based on that 20% figure. So I thought it's not fair to start it at a lower rate that would put people's investments out of whack. So I would just pair it up to what we've got over here. And it's up to the people that own the shares in the land what they do with it. I think a lot of people, from speaking to people that own shares in the land, would probably be reinvesting it back into future land purchases and into the community based on hearing from them. So I think it's a good thing, and I would encourage people to be mining on these community lands to get these HISS tokens. So if you have the snaky tokens, what we want to be doing is obviously we want you to be earning the revenue for the revenue that comes into the land. We want you to be earning. So we have an exchange period right now where you send your snaky tokens to Snaky Lands 1, and you've got until Friday to do it, and you will get this SammySnake Land A token back. And based on your percentage share, your piece of the pie in the chart, you will get paid out in the Trillium that comes in. So all of the money that comes into this account is split up between this pie, and it goes to everyone. So the aim is that the guild has 10% in it and 5% for Isaiah, who developed the smart contract. Big shout out to him for getting this all working in such a short space of time. Without him, this is not possible. And yeah, so all the money that comes into this land at the moment is going to be distributed to these shareholders. So and it comes in 2 ways. You get all the commission from people mining, and then you get this weekly payment from the Galactic Federation, the detail, which I was talking about earlier. And the 2 of these are the guaranteed ways of income. So everyone that exchanges their snaky for these tokens is going to be earning this income. And based on their percentage share, they're going to earn a percentage of the commission. They're going to earn a percentage of this weekly payment. And my advice to you is you want to get yourself involved in land, because the Trillium becomes more difficult to mine as time goes on. But the payment you get from the land every week is pretty good, so you probably want a share in some land. That's because it's guaranteed Trillium every week. Even if you have a bad week and you can't be bothered mining, or you're flagged, if you're Antos, they try and flag you, and well, it doesn't matter. You still earn income through the land, so screw them. Yeah. So. And also, there's lots of potential for future income streams. We can sell advertising on the land every time someone mines. We're experimenting with a feature, actually, that every single person that mines on our land will get a link to the Discord server in the transaction memo. So it's there's like fun stuff we can do to get more people involved. And this, I think this has actually gone. This first land purchase has gone very smoothly. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then the final thing that I want to cover is, a lot of people have asked me, oh, we want to get involved. When's the next investment coming? Well, after we shut this exchange period, we open the second investment period, and you'll be able to send your TLM back to SammySnake 5L again. And 1 TLM equals 1 snaky. This time, I want to really push the boat out. We need to get land, and we need to get it fast. We need to keep expanding and get out those guaranteed Trillium incomes. And so I'm suggesting that we aim for 50,000 Trillium, and we buy 2 lands with our next purchase. And so there might be a few changes need to be done in the structure. So right now, the guild owns 10% and the developer owns 5% of the land. And what I'm suggesting is that the total ownership split would actually need to slightly increase because we're having a lot of costs and we have a new idea in which that if we move to this model of if the guild owns 20% and the developer owns 5%, then we could have a solution where no one would ever need to pay for CPU again. All of your mines would be free. We would pay every single mine that you do. You could mine as much as you wanted in a day, and we will pay the CPU. So we're developing this new system in which all of your mines will be taken care of by this CPU. So there'll be no more like all this nonsense of having to worry about what do I send to the CPU bots and whatever. We're thinking about how we can do this, and if we can get this working, this will be huge. And I think if we get it working, there'll be a lot of people flocking to the land, which I'm a bit worried about of growing too quickly. But we definitely want to get more members involved. But if this works, this is a game changer. So we're really excited about this, and then the this extra share, percentage share, allows us to fund this government run, which basically increases the value of the land because we have control of what happens to the funds and we can use it for good. And we make sure that people that are not looking out for the interests of the individual miner, we don't want them getting involved and wasting money. And I've read a couple of ideas of what some of the candidates want to do with some of the money, and I'll just be blunt. It sounds pretty stupid and it's a waste, like people talking about like funding like their friends developing NFT games, and there's all sorts of nonsense that I already started to hear about which I'm not happy with. We won't be doing any of that. um you know, our idea is that people should be able to mine no matter their circumstance, so they shouldn't have to worry about paying all this money for CPU and the basic tools. So that's the sort of idea that we want to run it by. And we get everyone mine free for CPU. Whoa, the possibilities. Okay, that's a lot of talking from me. That is a lot of talking. I just want to get a little gauge right now. So, um, does anyone have any questions? Where do we get Snaky Land 1 tokens? Like to do the actual trade. You get them by sending your snaky tokens to Snaky Lands 1. So you can just do a transfer. A relic asks a question. He can have a kiss. Of course he can. A kiss is for everyone. How's Snaky's situation right now? I'm new to this. How do I get invested in this? So you can earn Snaky tokens right now by mining, and they not redeemable for this land because we've already raised the money and purchased this land. But the mines that you do on the lands, you can start earning the Snaky tokens. You can start earning these Hiss tokens. Curious where landowners should be mining? Better to mine 3 original lands or the lands we have ownership of. Uh, Probably the land that you own, but it depends on what rate that we finalize the Hiss to Snaky exchange rate. My question is, when the new players who farm 24/7 will earn better tools like drills or even saws so they can farm. So, I want to give people lots of drills in the near future, but we just keep getting banned for no reason. It's just ridiculous. So, I'm hoping that like they said to me that they should be sorted out soon. So I think a week's time we get back to normal business and we can just be left alone to play the game normally. We're not doing anything wrong. We're just trying to do things in an innovative way, and we're getting pinned down. So when all that gets sorted out, we're gonna have a tool loaning system. We're gonna have the drill scholarship up running like a lot more frequently. So and then, yeah, obviously, we give CheckX wants a wax Durio processor. Yep, you get 2 of those a day. Yep. Another option to send my Snaky for the SS land, impossible for the moment. I don't know what you mean by that. Impossible. It could just be that Blocks is down. Blocks is pretty bad today, so you can I mean, you can send using Waxcloud Wallet. Like if you were to go, if you're struggling, you can just go log on to Waxcloud Wallet. You can just go like, here are all my random array of tokens I've got now. We're gonna have more tokens than every single person on Wax combined at this rate. But hoping it all makes sense and we're not complicating it too much. But so you can go send and you can choose snaky tokens here, and you can just go, and then you can enter the Wax account, Snaky Lands 1. And you can send. I'm just going to give you an idea of. There's a lot of people that still need to redeem their tokens. I wanted it to be a way that you didn't have to do any redeeming, but unfortunately it wasn't technically possible, so I'm going to have to spend all this time chasing people to make sure that they redeem their tokens, because things are a bit out of whack at the moment. Like the guild's only meant to have 10% share. It's because people have not redeemed their tokens yet, but it's only it's not even been a full day yet, and I'm going to be hounding people to get they need to exchange their tokens and get it redeemed, because I just want to give you, if this will load, I want to give you a little example. So this is what I mean by the land is going absolutely bonkers right now. This new land that we've bought, 11,530 mines in the last 24 hours, 256.5 trillion in commission in the last 24 hours. So I did some quick maths earlier. Based on the commission, at this rate, if it keeps like this, and if the detail payment is what I think it's going to be, around 600 trillion a week, for 1% ownership in the land, you will be making 3 trillion a day if it continues like this, which is absolutely insane. And I don't know if it's going to continue. This is doing a lot better than I thought it was going to do. I think maybe that there's just an initial flurry. I don't know. We are growing quite a bit, so it makes sense that it's doing well. And I noticed that obviously some people from the lands that I own have obviously been excited about the new land and moved over. But this land is doing very, very well, and it might be a combination of people that were already here mining before we bought it are still mining, and that after we've put the commission up, it's earning commission. But the past 24 hours have been pretty ridiculous. So it's looking very good if you are a landowner on this land right now. But like I said, things change every single day in this game. Like, we were getting some crazy commission numbers in the early days, and then they all got wiped out because we got flagged for no reason, and things change in an instant. You know, you have these problems with Wax, but I mean, for a first day of owning the land, owning this amount of commission, when I looked at this, I had to do a double take, because this was way more than I initially said that it would make. I thought that it might earn 100 commission a day. Whereas if it continues like this, then the people that have bought into this land will be doing very well. And I would hope that they would invest some of it back into the community. Maybe they want to invest in more lands or the government's fund. But yeah, I was very surprised when I read this commission rating. Okay, so I will read some more questions. Will the slander be on Alcor after the exchange period is over? Probably will be. We'll find a way to get it on so you can freely trade, whether it be OTC or the actual exchange. I think we could do it. I think we would have to pay a little bit of money, but we could have it tradable on Alcor. The moment that we invested on the land we purchased, we were able to see percentage of the share. Does this new snaky land swap affect the initial percentage of the investors? The only way that I see it being affected is that if people decide not to redeem their snaky tokens, your share will increase. Now, I want everyone that obviously bought snaky tokens to do it, but there's some people that have been mining that maybe don't realize they even have snakies, and obviously they might not invest in this. And I initially wanted them to try and get them to, but with the way that the contracts were working and the way it was to actually set this whole thing up and people getting paid, we have to do it like this. You have to exchange the tokens. Ballpark estimate on how much was invested in order to earn that 1%. I mean, if there's 40,000, if there's 45,000 trillium raised or 45,000 land tokens, then it would only be 450 trillion. Is this video going to be a VOD I can watch later to try and make sense of it? Yes. And sorry, I sometimes talk a little too fast, so you might need to play it a few times, and also my accent. What percentage of the 20% commission on SL1 is distributed according to that pie chart? Is any percentage taken out for the guild prior to the split? So this is a good question. Initially, we were going to take a percentage of the commission. However, we've decided not to, and all the money that comes into the account will be allocated between the shareholders and nothing else. So all the snaky tokens pause for trading and mining. You can earn snaky tokens by mining right now, but you cannot get paid them out. So effectively, they're only useful for the next land purchase, because although you can still accrue them right now, you cannot use them for this land that has already been purchased, because that land has already been paid for in the money that's been raised, and the extra money that we raised is going to be returned to the people that own a share in the land. Any other questions? Will developer and guild still be taking a percentage of snaky tokens or earned on the original 3 lands? A percentage. Well, for future lands, we will always take a percentage of the land that end up getting bought. So I think that's what you meant by that. Yes, because we need to do it because there's so much things that we need to fund. A lot of this stuff is actually costing a lot of money. The guild is actually not making any profit right now. The guild is actually making a small loss by investing it all back into this. Approximate date when the next land will be purchased, I have no idea. It took 6 days to afford this land. People were very excited. I don't know whether it's just the first one. Maybe there's a lot more people that will come in. Biggest problem is that our new players don't have tools. We can find a solution. If not 3, just 1. I mean, I'm doing all I can to get people the tools. Like I said, I've got a lot of drills to give away. I'm going to be doing it over the next couple of days. Try and get people some tools. Try and people not get flagged all this time. Hiss earning is live, yes. Could I still buy Trillium to exchange for snakies? The only way you can get snakies right now, if you bought them off other people. If you convince people to sell their snakies, which I think they'd be stupid to sell you their snakies right now, to be honest, with how well this land is doing. But if you could convince them to sell you their snakies, then you could invest those snakies into. You could send them to Snaky Lands 1 and get the land tokens. People are selling them on Alcor Exchange. I don't really know how that's working. I think some of them are trading bots, or I don't know. But to earn hisses, you just mine, and to trade them into snaky tokens, yes. We'll also be giving away hiss tokens as part of community events. We'll be doing raffles. There's some people have been doing some good ideas. That's not quite what I meant. The 20% commission on the 3 lands, half is for the guild, half goes to the land fund, and a portion of that goes to the land fund. A portion was being taken for the developer and the guild ownership. Will a miner get the full 50% commission worth of snaky token? I still don't understand what you're asking. Every single land that we buy, has this new ownership split of every land going forward. In order for the guild to run like it is now, and to do the stuff we want to do, and to get this solution in place where everyone could mine CPU free, then it's going to be 25% of the guild and 75% of the miners. So that way it would be a 20% guild split, 5% developer split, or something like to that effect. So there's always going to be a percentage in the land that is being reserved for the guild to continue that the guild runs, and always a percentage to the developer, because to be honest, without Izzy doing all this stuff, and it's really quite sophisticated what he's built, it's not possible. So that will not be changing in the future. This is the way that the guild continues to run. We need money to buy these drills that people are asking me for, and the tools. We need funds to get into the government, which gives us an option to improve the quality of the land and do stuff with the funds, and all that helps new players. So it's all being used for good. Like I said, the only money that I make from owning the lands is this Galactic Federation payment that I get for these 3 lands. I quite often put that into tools on my own thinking, but if I didn't, I just took the money and slowly repaying back the investment it cost me to buy these lands when I bought them in March time. What do I do after sending Snaky to Snaky Lands 1? You don't need to do anything, it just happens automatically. Is Snaky Hiss exchange 1-to-1? No. Hiss will be worth quite a bit less than Snaky, purely because the reason that I can make Snaky, the reason I can't do it with Hiss is because the guild only owns 10% of that land, so only gets 10% of the income. The shareholders get the rest of that money, that's their money. So I can't then give people bonus shares. I can't just create them out of thin air. It needs to be tied to something, so the Hiss tokens will be worth a bit less. Why should I redeem my Snaky tokens? I mean, what happens if I don't redeem them or trade them for new land tokens? If you don't redeem your Snaky tokens, you will not earn income from this new land. And like I said, the land is doing very well, so I think that would be a poor decision. But however, you could wait and redeem your Snaky tokens for a portion of the new lands that we buy, if you're thinking that maybe that might be a better shout. I wouldn't recommend doing that, because like I said, we've bought this land, it's there, it's ready, you can start earning money straight away. Could we go once more on how to redeem the Snaky tokens? Yep, absolutely. It's very simple. You just go to, let me just get the link. Send all of your Snaky tokens to Snaky Lands 1. And automatically you are distributed the SammySnake Land A tokens. And that triggers what you start earning income on. By Friday, the percentage of ownership will be finalized and people can start making calculations of what they will earn. Yes. Sorry if you've already been over this, I've just joined, but I have so far very little Snaky, only about 0.082, and I'm wondering how I can get that up and what's the minimum investment. So on Friday, when the new land purchase fund opens, you can invest your trillium for Snaky tokens at a rate of 1 trillion per 1 Snaky. You can invest however much you like. However, again, like I say to everyone, please be sensible. Don't put your life savings in there. We're all playing a new game and buying virtual land. Who knows how long this is going to last? Anything could happen. This is such a new space. This is a risk. So, can people who own 0.6 Snakies send them, or they need to gather at least one? You can send however many Snakies you want, I believe. If I mine 1 trillion on one of the original 3 lands, how many Snaky tokens will I receive? So I'm just trying to think of the maths. I can't remember what someone said. I think if someone said that once you contribute 1 trillion in commission, that's when you would earn your first snaky token. Does anyone have any more questions? By the way, actually, while I'm here, I'm going to obviously we're trying to raise money for the government run. So I'm just going to plug the NFT that we've got as a little. So I'm just going to put that in the chat. And if you want to donate money to the fund that we want to put 3 candidates in government, that costs a lot of Trillium to do so because we need a lot of staked votes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little plug and put that in the chat. And I'll just bring it up on stream as well. So you can pay 1 wax and you can get a silly little picture of the snake council and the snake running for president. And so far we've sold 71 of these, and all that money is used to help fund the government run. Right, back to this. So let me get this straight. Mine on the 3 original lands for snaking and or wait for the next land fundraiser to open to exchange Trillium for snakies 1-to-1. Yep. Or you can mine on the snaky lands one, earn those hiss tokens, take part in the community competitions, take part in the raffles, earn yourself a bunch of hiss and exchange them for snakies. Because this way, because obviously some people will struggle to just earn tokens purely by mining. Like you said, it's hard, the Trillium rewards are going down, so we're going to do these raffles and things where people can earn they can earn these hiss tokens and get a share of the land, and that some of that portion will come from this extra percentage that the guild has to be sort of allocated to the miners and things. New Aliens World Vision out dedicated to anyone mining on SammySnake's land. Ooh, I have not seen this. He was talking to me earlier, so it'd be interesting to see. I'll need to watch this video, guys. Oh, look at that title! Look at that title. How to get a piece of land in Alien Worlds by mining. I look forward to watching this one, guys. I'm not gonna show it on stream. You need to go and watch this. Go get him the views. Zuljan's awesome. I absolutely love talking to him. Great guy. So I'm gonna spam that link. I'll probably put it in the announcements as well. So there's the Obo Crypto just posted the link, so I'm just going to paste that in the chat. And make sure you subscribe to Zuljan, because he's doing really good content, not just on the Alien Worlds, but he's getting into all sorts of the blockchain space, and he explains things very well, and he's got a lot of experience making like clear video content. So like sometimes I struggle to explain things, as you can probably tell, like how I've ended up with all these ridiculous token names. So everyone, make sure you watch that video and subscribe, because and also promote it to your friends, because we want this community to grow. And yeah, I mean, so far it's been amazing though. Like, you know, it started off with giving away a few shovels, and now look at us. Like, now we're nearly reaching 3,000 members, and it's not just the volume of members, it's the right type of people. Like, people are very enthusiastic. People send me a lot of DMs every day saying really nice things, wanting to get involved in the community, people giving back. Like, it's the whole community aspect. Is, you know, we're here for fun, really. So, anyone have any more questions? I just mined the run, but did not receive any hiss. How do I get the hiss tokens? I will show you guys. Just give me 1 second, and I will bring it up. Blocks is being very slow again, unfortunately. Right, I think I've loaded up. Let me just change my thing. I'm awful at doing the streaming thing, but right. So if we go to minor stats, again, I'm going to put a link in the chat, and you can see how many hiss you are currently earning, and then I think on Friday we'll start paying these out to people. But as you can see, people are already racking up these hiss tokens. Oh, look at this guy; he's already got 1. God, look how many people! Look how many people! You guys are crazy. Look how many people are buying online. I can just keep scrolling all day. Like, look. Yeah, so 443 people have mined on it. Please, a nice summary of all the useful links. Yeah, I'll put it in your Notion document. I just can't be bothered right now. Just busy day at work, so I thought it'd be easier to just talk it through with you guys and have the VOD, and then I'll get to making that document later. I have done some of it. The thing is when you put stuff down in writing, you want to make sure it all reads right and stuff. So. Any more questions? Is the slide you have on screen available to view somewhere online? Not at the moment, but it will be. After this, I will put it up in the Discord. I'll put it in the Notion document that I plan to make the link to contain all the information in one place. If you mine before adding snakies and hiss to the wallet, are they wasted till you do so? Nothing is wasted. Anyone mining right now is currently earning snaky and hiss tokens. Any update on the flagged miners? Unfortunately not, because they said to me that they've received my list. I gave them like 50 odd names of people that were flagged, and they said that they've received it, and that was a day ago, and they haven't responded to my message again today, so I don't know. I really don't understand why they don't want to encourage this. I feel like they should be, if I was them, this would be the perfect advertisement for their game. Look, a group of members came together and bought a land together using in-game currency. Like, if I were them, I would want to advertise it. It would be a good story, but I don't know really why they're discouraging things. Who knows? But I will just message them every day. That's all I can do, and hopefully we'll get people unbanned. Can you get snaky now for mining on the new land? You cannot gain snaky from mining on the new one. You can only gain snaky from mining on the old ones. What you can earn is hiss, and hiss is exchangeable for snaky in a different ratio. In the future, investors will be able to exchange or sell. Yes, they can. You can do whatever you want with them. So you can keep them, you can sell them to other people, you can trade them for tokens in another land. It's up to you. They'll probably end up listed on Alcor. You could probably trade them. Do you know what the ratio is yet? I'm not exactly sure on what the ratio is yet. If we send Trillium now, can we get Snakies for future land? Just send them on Friday. You physically won't be able to send them. There's a block on the smart contract, so just save them and send them on Friday. Do us flagged people get any chance of getting hiss at the moment, since we can't mine or screwed with unflag? I probably end up giving to some people some hiss, the flag people some hiss. Now that is not a call out for people to go get flagged just to earn hiss. I will look at the people that have been flagged for a long time unfairly, and I think that hiss would be a good way of rewarding them for the time that they've spent flagged, because it really is unfair. It really is unfair that people have had to be flagged for such a long time now for playing the game normally. And I still see accounts on blocks doing loads of crazy stuff, sending all the money and doing all this dodgy stuff, and they don't seem to get flagged. I don't quite understand. For the next land purchase, are you only accepting hiss? No, land purchases are always we only accept Trillium for land purchases, and we use Snaky to work out what people own in that land. Is there a way to trade Conflux for Trillium or Snakies? I don't know what Conflux is, but if there's an exchange where you can change Conflux to Wax, then you can exchange the Wax for Trillium. If I have 0.5 Snaky, is it worth sending to land 1, or should I wait until I gather more? I would just send it, to be honest. If you've got any Snaky, I would just probably send it to this one. That would be my advice. On Friday, we will see the percentage of each investor, and since that moment, the percentage can only increase if others investors leave. Yes. Both tokens are mineable ranked. Yes, they're just mineable on different lands. Where can I go to send Trillium for the next land purchase? You can send it to Snaky Lands 1 on Friday. You can get Snaky tokens by mining on the old land, or is it paused until Friday? You can earn them, you can start accruing them, you cannot get paid them out. So you are technically earning them, but they will not be in your wallet for you to deposit, because that is unfair to the people that have invested the money. It's been closed off now, so there's no extra money coming in. Happy owner of 25 SS land here. Dumb question. What happens when you have an accident someday? The private keys to the wallet that manages all the lands is actually backed up and in a fireproof safe with some instructions on what to do if anything would happen to me. And then also, we probably will have like a multi-signature wallet, so there'll be other people that know what's going on but not able to take stuff from the wallet. Can you make a way for people to send you Trillium from exchanges such as Binance to earn Snaky tokens? Well, I mean, you already have the feature to use the teleporter from Alien World. I know that the fees and stuff and the things are high. If we build, I think Izzy is building a bridge, but we don't know when that's going to be set up. So potentially yes, but we don't know when. I think we're done then here. I think no one's got any more questions, or if they do, we could just do it on Discord. Don't want to make the VOD too long because otherwise people won't watch it. But thanks everyone for coming along. Really appreciate it. I love the enthusiasm from everyone. Get involved, get mining, start owning these different types of tokens. It's a lot of fun, but also could be very valuable one day. Who knows? So thank you again for coming along to the stream. If you do have any questions or any thoughts, you can DM me if you don't feel comfortable sharing it with everyone, or you can put it in the land ownership discussion on the thing. And thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. Hissing with a hissing with a SammySnake says in words, he's hissing all the time. SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. SammySnake says in words, hissing all the time. Hissing with a hissing with a SammySnake says in words, he's hissing all the time.